Logged into my cPanel. And then I have it over here because it's where I've been before. But if you can't find it, just hit Control F and just put in FTP. And that's going to take you, and it'll show you, in this case, under the Files section, FTP accounts. Now, you should have some default special FTP accounts that when you set up your system, that they'll show up here. To create an account, you're just going to put whatever the login is. And in this case, I used Maxscape, and it's already defaulted at maxscape.com. Whatever the password is, put the password again, and then where you want it to go to would be in the public HTML directory. Oh, stop it. So it was yelling at me because I don't have anything in here in the login or the password. So let me just put test and then password. I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Says I'm very weak. It might let me do it. But you can see right here what it automatically tried to do is add tests onto whatever was in this block. That's not what you want. You want to back it off to where it's under your public HTML. Now, if you have someone who's coming in and they need access to a specific directory, then yes, that's what you want, something like that. But this is going to give access to the root, your public HTML directory. And then just hit create. Oh, password strength must be. So let me put a exclamation to see if that helps. Yeah, so that made it strong. Create an FTP account. It's going to go through the process. Account created, and it's called test systems. So here it is, and it's going to the public HTML directory. Now over here, where it says configure FTP client, it tells you what to put in what blocks when it comes to FileZilla. If you want FileZilla, just go to filezilla.org, and download the software and install it. It's actually pretty easy to do. But really, this is what you need, is you just need your FTP username and whatever we put in as a password up here. In this case, we use 12578, exclamation point. And then this is the FTP server. So let me show you what I did here for the Maxscape one, since that's already set up, is this. And I'm going to go to File, Site Manager. And in this case, I'm already on that particular site. And this is what was in that block here, the ftp.maxscape.com. And then usually what I'll do just to kind of get started, like in this case, I would have to put new site, and then it would come up, and then I would put in the ftp.maxscape.com. Usually, initially, I'll just leave the port blank, and then I'll leave this protocol to FTP file transfer protocol. And then basically what's pretty much in the defaults. The one of the defaults is going to be set to anonymous. Set that to normal. Put in your username and put in your password, and then try to connect. So when you hit it, I just happen to be connected, but it's going to ask you, do you want to abort? Yes, I do. Bang, I'm connected. It tells me, it gives me all my information here of what is happening. So yeah, disconnected from the server, resolving address, connecting to, connection established, initializing, verifying, yada, 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 logging in, retrieving directory listing, and then it's saying that the directory was successful. Now, treat this just like you would your local computer, but on the left-hand side, that's where your local computer, that's what you're looking at. On the right-hand side, that's your server. On the top part here, that's your directory structure. But this is your directory layout right here that's on your server. Yours, of course, will be different. And that's really it. If you want to I was updating the training frequently asked questions here earlier. And this is the public HTML right here, that / up top. That's the directory that I'm in, and you can see the training FAQ.php there. I'm just going to take that and drag it and drop it, or if it's highlighted, I could just double click it. And you'll see it down here at the bottom. It'll show you the status. If you can't see it, just kind of slide that up. In this case, I'm going to overwrite it. If you have several files, you can say, instead of clicking overwrite, okay, just come down here and click apply to current queue only. You can put always use this action, which means that anytime, any session that you're in on this particular server, that it'll just do it. So it'll just overwrite it, or it'll overwrite a source, a newer, different size, whatever you select here. It's just going to automatically do it. One of the reasons that I put apply to current queue only is because I might have a bunch of different things happening at one time, and I might accidentally click this, and that's not what I intended to do. So I'm like, I just overwrote that thing, and I didn't really mean to. Something else, if you go over here to your text editor and you make a change to the file, and et cetera, you can come up here, and this icon right here will refresh. See, I don't know if you can see that, but it says refresh the file and folder list. So in that case, the file size was much smaller, but when I clicked refresh, it gave me the updated file size. Let me get back over to Zoomage and chat. Where's my chat? I'll learn this thing one of these days. Mute audio. Next channel, I think I got the shop staring. Shop stare. Leon, does that help?